Excited, nervous, anxious.
I had this idea rolling around in my head for a while now.
Just came here to push myself, have fun, get out of my comfort zone, do something new that I never thought I'd do.
So doing a little plant-based take on seafood today. I have never made it before. I've made components of it, but never like the stacks.
This is the concept, so it's a whole picnic packed together. This wouldn't be the same if I didn't do the whole thing.
When I was a kid, I used to live in Germany, and one of my favorite things was this white radish salad they used to serve. And so I'm gonna serve a white daikon salad.
Welcome back, chefs. Is everybody happy to be back in Mitchell Hall today? After our hellacious afternoon yesterday at 4th and State? Well, as hectic as it was, you guys each showed the confidence, composition, and the communication skills necessary to make it through that rough day on the line. It was hard to see Chef Noel leave us. As you can tell by the rainy day here in Columbus, Ohio, we lost a little bit of sunshine yesterday, but you three absolutely deserve to be here for the work you've done this week, and we're so excited to see what you make for us today. We're here on our final day at Top Vegan. Our finale will be you pitching your vegan food business concept and presenting us with a dish that embodies the menu, the mission, and everything that you're proposing to us. Joining me to judge this final challenge, I've got an all-star Avengers level cast of business mind and perspective. On my left here, I've got Diana Nyo, affectionately known as Dingo, owner of Onion Maiden, a wonderful vegan restaurant in Pittsburgh. On my right, I've got Melanie Guzzo, owner of Virtue Vegan Salon. She has paved the way for so many food businesses in this city, allowing them to do pop-ups. And on the far right here, we've got a friend of mine, Craig Turner, the director of the Edge Innovation Hub that works with Donato's on the cutting edge of food, making food technology, validating new businesses, and overall uplifting the food scene here in Ohio. You've got one challenge left, $10,000, business mentorship, and the title of Top Vegan on the line. Are you guys ready?
Oh yeah.
All right, well, I think the first chef that we're gonna have preparing their pitch for us is Shanley.
I saw you look at me, I was nervous.
It's a dead giveaway.
Whenever we're doing sushi rolls at home, it's always carrot, cucumber, avocado, or like absolutely. And then I've done tomato before to kind of replicate a salmon. So I sliced that really thin and knew I kind of wanted to do that if the stack allowed. Didn't want to get too tall, but really wanted those components in there if possible. Originally, I contemplated maybe just doing some sushi rolls. That's what we'll do at home. And then I didn't like the presentation of that and didn't know how like the plant-based caviar was gonna sit on there. The ring molds gave me some, I was very nervous pulling those off, trying to make sure the stack, because I've never done that before.
That whole pop-up scene is really changed the accessibility for people to start. Normally people think you've got to have $500,000 sitting around to even start up a concept.
You know, it's a really good start. You're getting your brand out. You know, people know you before you even have a space. You know, you just, you know, seeing a lot of support and, you know, the want for the food. Yeah, I think that's a really good way to go.
The spherification worked today, and that was the big one. Everything went as I wanted it to, which was a huge relief. I was so nervous, like I said, with those ring molds, which my husband actually rushed down this morning.
If you would like to give us your 60 to 90 second business pitch and then tell us about this beautiful dish you've made for us.
So I feel like, generations past had a block of tofu, and you have people that are saying, I can't go vegan. I love cheeseburgers, and then you have someone like Chad who comes along several years ago and starts whipping up cheeseburgers that put a regular burger to shame here in Columbus, Ohio. And then after that, it's like, I can't go vegan. I love steak. Well, it's 2022, and plant-based filet mignon enters the chat. So I want to keep with that innovation and elevating plant-based food and make things that you wouldn't typically think can be plant-based. So the shock and awe of the plant-based industry, if you will. You don't need to exploit animals. You don't need to eat meat. We have innovation, we have technology, we have creativity in the plant-based industry.
So we've got some stacked sushi, maybe some avocado layers in there.
Yes, there's a layer of carrot, there's a layer of cucumber, avocado, and then I did kind of like a sashimi tomato, and then we have a sriracha mayo around the sides, and that seaweed caviar on top.
What would be the vessel for showing people that, we're continuing to live on the cutting edge of food?
I think it would probably be like a fine dining, just because I really love the plating aspect. I don't want it to be necessarily the price that you pay for most fine dining. And with the vegan, I feel like it already is an elevated price point, because I know you purchased a lot of these ingredients.
I did, and I've gotten very familiar with a lot of the local grocers. If I was not already familiar with them, I've been banned from 2 places.
It was such a relief. Going first, I think, was nice, because after that, I was able to relax. Like, I've done what I can do, and that's it.
Welcome, Chef Chloe.
Thank you.
How are you feeling today?
I'm excited.
Come off 2 challenge victories the last 2 days, dessert and the stress test at 4th and State. Are you feeling a little bit more comfortable than yesterday?
I don't know that I would say comfortable, but we're just going with excited.
Okay, yeah, well-
Nerves and happiness all wrapped up into one.
Okay, well, if you'd like to get started.
The concept is like selling prefix picnic packs in public parks. Each pack comes with a wrap or sandwich, a side, and then a dessert. There are also items that, if you're not vegan, it's kind of a nice intro. Use familiar flavors like, buffalo, people like buffalo, cookie dough, broccoli cheddar. I love picnics because it includes food, spending time with loved ones, and being outside and in nature.
You've got your own business. Doing hair and salon work is its own beast that you've got to tackle, and then going outside of that to offer that space and opportunity. What got you into it?
Well, we've always been really community focused, so we always wanted to do things that supported other small businesses. And it's been really awesome to see these vegan pop-up food truck concepts turn into brick and mortars, because I think people really they're not sure where it's going to go. To watch that happen has been incredible.
Ideal picnic day in the spring, maybe bring a dog, maybe bring my boyfriend, but just laying out a nice blanket, taking your shoes off is key. You have to feel the grass on your feet.
Chef Chloe, would you like to give us your 60 to 90 second elevator pitch and tell us a bit about the dish you made for us?
Yes, I'd love to. My mom and I are very close, and we were talking about a year ago, and she was saying, Chloe, you're going to find yourself at a point in life one day where you have kids, you have a family, you're busy, and life's inevitable struggles are coming at you every single day, and you know what you gotta do? You just have to stop, grab the kids, grab a blanket, and just pack picnics. And those 3 words really just stuck with me, and I knew one day I wanted to do something, write a cookbook or make a business. My goal with Just Pack Picnics is to help people fall in love with the art of picnicking while also finding comfort in health food. So Just Pack Picnics will be enclosed kiosks planted in public parks across the city. So there'll be 5 prefix picnic packs and then 1 rotating seasonal one. Each one will contain a side salad, a sweet, and either a sandwich or a wrap.
What do you want to tell us about the pieces you have for us today?
We have a buffalo chickpea wrap. We have a side broccoli cheddar salad with house-made coconut bacon. And finally, our cookie dough protein bites, which are made with cashews, oats, some maple syrup, and then vegan chocolate chips.
So how much would this cost, and what are your plans for waste?
The idea with the small menu is so a lot of the same ingredients are being used to eliminate as much waste as possible. And then I was thinking each pack would be about $14.
How do you plan on restocking these kiosks in the parks? Like how often and how would you manage that?
I think it would definitely be a trial and error until we get a solid system of knowing how it's flowing out. I really felt like in order to showcase the whole concept, I had to show the different parts of it, so I just decided to go for it.
Welcome, Teresa. You're maybe our most consistent competitor this week, in the top 2 or top 3 every day, except for yesterday. Small hiccup. You looking for a big rebound today?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, we are ready to see what you have prepared for us. If you want to take your time, finish up.
Finding something that's veganized in German, really rare. So there's little pockets of things, and those are what I'm trying to kind of hint out and introduce people to.
You're the first one I've seen taste the food.
That's what I've been thinking all
I've been
the time.
thinking that too. A lot of tasting going on, which is good.
On everything is planned. I can tell she's doing it on purpose.
I felt like I had less time than I expected, but I adjusted, pivoted where I needed to, edited.
All right, this is the most cooking we've seen yet today.
Yeah.
And so that agape automation, is that what you're kind of spinning some of that food tech for Donato's?
Comes from the values of our businesses. How do you lead with love? How do you do the right thing? How do you use the golden rule in business?
And I think the final product really matched my vision. So yeah, I was pleased with how it turned out.
Final challenge, long competition. You've been pushing yourself the whole time, so I'm excited to see what you've got.
So I come from Cincinnati. There is a lack of high-end, refined vegan dining. Even the restaurants that are high-end, that are not vegan, that do offer an option that is vegan, the vegan option will be on the menu for 3 years and never change. So I present to you Sumac and Sage. It is a pop-up vegan supper club. What it focuses on is from scratch cooking, high-end ingredients, and a deep dive into various cuisines. For example, these are some of the things that I have done in the past couple of months. Greek, I've got spanakopita with spinach that is sourced from a farm down the road from where I live. There's Vietnamese crepe. So this just gives you a flavor of some of the international cuisines that I'm capable of making. I'm thinking 3 to 4 courses, soup, salad, entree, dessert, optional wine pairing. So what I've prepared for you today is visit to Germany. Germany has a soft spot in my heart because I lived there for 3 years when I was a kid. One of my favorite dishes was a paprika schnitzel, which is what I've recreated for you, as well as spätzle. And then one of my very, very favorites, a white radish salad.
In a world of restaurants that are very genre focused, how do you think about some of the challenges in overcoming maybe distraction, people not knowing where to look?
I would think that the clientele would primarily be vegan, so I'd be, hitting up the vegan groups that are in Cincinnati, definitely advertising through there.
So is this a normal serving?
We eat a lot in our family. Yes, in my family, it would be a normal serving. I would not serve this much at the restaurant. So the idea of the pop-up was called Sumac and Sage. My daughter's name is Sage. So she was kind of the inspiration for the name, and she designed the logo.
Let's take a few minutes to go over what we liked and what we didn't like, starting with Shanley. The dish was interesting. The caviar, I love the food science, but definitely seemed like there were some other components lacking in the pitch and maybe in the dish as well.
In terms of plating, I think it was a little bit clunky. I think that, you know, it was probably a little bit too big.
I liked the idea where it was going, but I need to like understand a little bit more of like, where is this gonna happen?
I'm kind of looking for something that sets us apart, something that gives it some zing. And I didn't see that or didn't taste that.
Next up, we had definitely a much more specific pitch with Chloe's.
Putting a commercial enterprise in the middle of a park is super challenging, but I think if that concept was morphed a little bit to be accessible in different ways.
I do love the mix of kind of the side, the main, and the dessert.
I mean, me personally, I think the food was like a little over-seasoned for my taste, so if I was to get that from a kiosk, that'd probably be a one-time purchase.
And then last we had Teresa. She presented us with that huge plate.
There was so many concepts in one that it was hard to even define what the business was.
I think it makes sense to just pick one and get good at that and be known for that.
But that being said, it was very well made. It had great flavors.
Okay, well, long, hard discussion. I'm sure they're sweating out there, stewing. So I guess we'll bring them back. You all did an amazing job today. You served some great food, some great business concepts were heard, and it was tough deciding. We talked and fought, and Craig pushed me down. To start, we'll be taking one of you chefs out of the competition to reduce it to our final two. And unfortunately, the chef that'll be leaving us is Shanley. I'm so sorry. The dish was really good. I think we were just wanting a little bit more structure around that business.
The caviar was very impressive, unbelievable.
Yeah, and fantastic presentation. That was really beautiful.
You have impressed us so much throughout this whole competition. Every dish you've made has been stunning. Your attitude has been wonderful.
Yeah, disappointed, but I mean, I made it to the finale even, so.
We'll start with Teresa.
You know, when you pitched it, it was a bunch of array of different kinds of foods, and I think narrowing down would have been good.
But in general, I love the idea of a pop-up supper club, the scarcity of an intimate, you know, experience for people to be part of.
It was very well made and lighter than I expected from how it looked.
And Chloe, I think we all really liked the idea of this picnic basket experience, but you know, issues of the placement.
My only holdup was just like, how is this concept going to be, you know, presented and actually put through to the government entities or in these public spaces?
Really love how you tied your story into the brand that you're proposing. That was very strong and really cool.
I want to see how you're able to communicate that story within a kiosk setting. I could see in the future that you're going to probably have to pivot to be able to reach your customers.
It was very interesting hearing about Chloe's pitch. I didn't know quite what she was planning, but it was a very intriguing, very innovative idea.
Coming from like a food truck background, that's definitely a hurdle of just getting permits, and you can park some places and you can't park some places.
I think we've made our decision, and the winner for the inaugural season of Top Vegan is going to be Chef Chloe. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Again, I think both of these concepts have so much legs behind them, and if I didn't just spend every dollar I had making this TV show, I'd invest in them both right now. So yeah, congratulations to you both. It was a long, hard competition. I'm so very proud of you. And Chloe, you're our top vegan. How does it feel?
I'm speechless. It's amazing. Thank you so much for just the opportunity. It's been a whirlwind, but it's amazing.
So I'm very appreciative of you guys coming here today and spending your time with me and with my brilliant chefs who did so well. Congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.
And then I've learned so much from all the other chefs. I feel like we've all kind of learned from each other. Like, I never thought about using that, and I never thought about doing this that way. So learned a lot, and learned a lot about myself even and what I'm capable of. So I hope a lot stays with me for a long time.
I tried to really push myself all week, get outside of my comfort zone, think outside the box, and I think it really paid off. I'm really, really pleased with my performance. Placing second in a competition, I'll take that.
I just want to congratulate Teresa and Shanley because they both did amazing, and I'm just so proud of us three to have gotten to the final.